Richard Sandor has seen just about everything in his career as the father of financial futures. As the creator of the first interest rate futures contract to founding the building the Chicago Climate Exchange. Now just finished with his latest book, How I Saw It, Analysis and Commentary on Environmental Finance. He spoke with John Lothian News about just how far carbon markets have come since 1999.
The book just offered me a chance to go down memory lane and kind of think about how far we've come. It's 2017. We're 20 years from Kyoto. The idea of tradable markets was introduced there for all intensive purposes. It was gavelled into the treaty much because of then Vice President Al Gore. The Europeans weren't for it. They were afraid that there'd be offsets in the United States, who was land rich, and that this was essentially an Anglo-Saxon tool, and it wasn't the continental European. And it's amazing to me where we came over the last 2 decades and where we came during the period of this book from 97 or 99 to '05. What became a theoretical construct became a reality, and a reality adopted today around the world. And it's just amazing to me that you could see in a generation a complete change in the idea of the role of markets. What strikes me most is, by and large, the markets have worked. And very peculiarly, people point to price often and not to emissions reductions. And so it's very funny. While in corn, when prices get high, farmers get happy, consumers don't. When prices get low, consumers and the public is very happy. This market has it all flipped around. Instead of looking at the size of the crop, we're looking at the price of the commodity and judging it as not effective if the price is low, whereas we'd applaud it in the ag markets. We forget the fact that European prices are low, but emission reductions are higher than targeted. And so if they want to prescriptively change it to encourage further reductions, they just need to simply do what Reggie did, tighten the targets. Instead, they scream about the price. I think one of the biggest elephants in the room is that the open interest in U.S. environmental markets is approaching 500,000 contracts, which means it's bigger in open interest than gold and platinum combined. Renewable energy, RECs in China, RECs in India, and it doesn't much matter. Renewable energy is not going away. The Chinese markets today are all pilot programs and voluntary. They are scheduled to become mandatory at the end of the year, might slip a bit. The big elephant in the room that nobody's talking about is July 1st. A national REC market starts. I think it's set to become the biggest carbon market in the world. China. 20 years ago, in the context of this book, you would have never thought that China would be miles ahead of the U.S. in implementing market-based solutions to environmental problems. It's just almost surreal. But the evidence of the interest in the young people is really remarkable. We're doing it this way, and China is doing it that way. And so it's very curious as a student of markets and culture to see the different approaches. As I have believed in the hypothesis that they're never going to be linked and there'll never be a worldwide market. Rather, it will be like Brent crude and WTI, and every nation has its own kind of brand.